Can we reset? Is the question that Adriel is asking himself.
Pedro going to be running what looks to be RG Monk. Adriel on the other side going to be running Skeleton Barrel Mortar, most likely. And, you know, it's just so refreshing to finally, I mean, I don't know if I want it to stay this way and how I'll feel about it long term, but we're 2 cards into both of these guys, and it just feels like we already know their decks.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also know this matchup pretty well because I am a Mortar player, and I don't love it. I'll be honest. I really, really don't love it, especially if they have Lightning. That Mortar starts to become less and less impactful as the game goes on. The Evo Wizard does a really, really good job of dealing with everything at the bridge with the Monk right in front. That Monk's going to put in work on the Cannon Cart and the Dark Goblins, so maybe it's just because I really hate playing against this version of RG that I feel so negative about it, but, you know, Adriel's obviously 1,000 times better than I am, so maybe he can play through this. It's just tough when you have the E-Spirit there as well, AC, because now there's something in the Skeleton Barrel that can usually get you a positive elixir trade that is now getting you a negative elixir trade for just a small amount of damage.
Yeah, and right there, dropping the Rage instead of, you know, some other card, some Log, some Bar Barrel, the Rage does make this quite a bit more intimidating if you are Adriel, and we see him setting up with the defensive Mortar, and I mean, I definitely don't mind it. You know, I think you kind of, I'm sure it's an incredible play, but this is definitely a precarious situation for Adriel.
It is good that it's the the Fireball instead of the Lightning. I feel like because of that being the case, the health of the cannon and the health of the Evo Mortar just have a little bit more legs, but again, you just see this coupling of the E-Wiz plus the Cannon Cart plus the E-Spirit if you need it. Now you get in the late Monk that's going to stop the Dark Goblin. There you go. I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to say. I guess Adriel needs to really make you use all of your abilities and kind of get your units out of sequence up high, but there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything's spent. You got the Monk off the board. You got the E-Spirit out of play early. It comes back into play for the Bats. The Mortar still tanks for a bit, and you still take that RG shot.
Yeah. Adriel gonna really need to figure something out if he wants to bring himself back into this game. And right there, Rage almost a little bit too early from Pedro, but not gonna be a problem. RG with the help of the Fireball should get one shot, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, what you do. I feel your pain, Adriel. Show me how to beat this.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a look at the matchup and you try and figure out how you are supposed to beat it, the problem is, against a player of Pedro's caliber, a lot of the answers that you can think of are not real answers. Because, you know, sometimes you can try and get the E-Spirit out of cycle, but then he's going to have the Rage. You try and get the Rage out of cycle. Just everything he does is so pitch perfect. But right there, I think we got a couple extra skeleton shots. So, there's a shot.
Double drop, skeleton shot. Yeah, there's the E-Spirit for that, though, so... Dark Goblin right behind High Fishboy. Okay, so now the Fishboy's out of cycle. I like the early Fireball before the Monk ability comes in. Oof, man, those guards, that was dangerous.
Super dangerous. Monk not going to be able to make it to the tower. 1 minute left. It's a close game. Pedro with definitely what looks to be the advantage.
1690, 1974, 75 seconds remaining. Bar Barrel comes out to get on top of that Evo Wizard. Monk plus Fishboy making some work on the left-hand side. I like the push that Adriel's putting together. Here. I just still don't know if it's going to break through.
Yeah, the problem, there's just way too many problems occurring for Adriel. The Evo Wizards, the Monks, there's just so many different ways to defend for Pedro. And right here, Mortar, I like it. I like everything he's doing. It's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I know this is really selfish of me, but I feel a little bit better after watching this game because really, when you run into them, I mean, you don't have a barrel here or a log, but you have the Rage, which is essentially doing the exact same thing. The E-Spirit is such a great card in the meta right now, and especially against this deck specifically.